Hello, hello everyone. This is John Jenkins, and I'm bringing you another video. So what happened was that my first Kickstarter since moving is has been fully funded, and I'm the owner of Battle Gans. So my first Kickstarter since moving has been fully funded. It was funded within an hour. So the issue is that um, I'm going to keep posting about the Kickstarter for the next 5 days or so, because the first 7 days, if you don't get the money in the first 7 days, you're probably not going to get the money. So the Kickstarter has already been funded. I only need $10. I want 5 people to pay $2 each to get my screenplay, my stage plays, my one act stage plays. But the so one person basically paid the entire thing, and so basically I'm working on the plot. I'm working on the plot for. I've already got the sort of like the log line, or the basic idea of the story, or the basic idea of the story. I call it the 39, as I said in the previous video. So basically, I'm going to let me show you. So basically, all right. So actually I wanted to show you this. I was looking for, I was looking through my history of you must be tripping. That was 1% funded, and I remember Pariah, that was 130% funded. So anyway, uh, uh, so uh, long story short, I was looking at, so this project Natalia was my 15th Kickstarter in 8 years. 15th Kickstarter in 8 years. So basically, I was looking through this. So I got 15 Kickstarters. Five of them were over 100% funded. Five of them. So Unified Field Theory, and the Black James Bond, and Pariah, and Game Dev 10K, and Project Natalia. So 1/3 of my Kickstarters have been totally funded. Well, literally 1/3 of my Kickstarters have been totally funded, and in some cases up to 500%. So that's not bragging, of course. I didn't really make any money. I mean, I made a couple of bucks, but yeah. So 15%. I'm sorry, 33%, 33, 33.33, whatever, percent of my Kickstarters have been fully funded. And so anyway, like I said, Project Natalia is 100% funded, right? It's 110% funded. I was only asking for $10, which is a good thing. So anyway, so when I'm making the plots for this. Uh, I'm making the plots for the two one act stage plays that I'm gonna be writing. And so here is Story Circles by Dan Harmon. Dan Harmon is the inventor of story circles. So you got eight plot points in story circles by Dan Harmon. And Hero's Journey. So Hero's Journey is Joseph Campbell. He wrote a book. I believe the name of the book was called The Hero's Journey. So Joseph Campbell wrote The Hero's Journey. And so this is the plot. This is the basic plot structure of The Hero's Journey. And I've gotten different advice about the plot structures. That some people say that you should follow the hero's journey religiously, or you should follow story circles religiously. But a lot of other people are saying that you have to change it to fit the situation. You can't just it's not just copy and paste, and I guess that's the better way of looking at it. But anyway, so this here's Story Circles, Dan Harmon, Hero's Journey, Joseph Campbell, and I've got the seven. I can't memorize his name because he's not that famous, but the guy who wrote the book, The Seven Basic Plots, was Christopher Booker, and I read the book. I read the book a couple of years ago, maybe 2 years ago, and basically, so you got some main. You got I believe yeah, you got, well, I guess the main the seven basic plots. So one is quest, two is rags to riches, uh, three is overcoming the monster, four is voyage and return, five is comedy, and six is tragedy, and seven is rebirth. So so yeah. So that's all I wanted to say. I've got these different plot structures, and usually what I do is I make a plot. I make a plot in this story. I made a plot in Story Circles by Dan Harmon, and I make a plot in Hero's Journey by Joseph Campbell, and then I just pick one of these for the rest of uh, the I guess for the first play that I'm writing, it would be a rebirth story, and then for let's see, the second play, I guess it would be it probably wouldn't be Rags to Riches, because in the second play, the character starts off as being, the first female president of the United States. So she's not coming from the gutter. She's I mean, she obviously, if she's president, she probably had a really good upbringing and a really high quality education as a child or whatever. So obviously, I probably won't have her, growing up destitute, because that might be too much of a distraction. I don't want that to be the central focus of the story. But anyway, it's probably going to be a quest story. And I do believe that in the book, Seven Basic Plots, I do believe that the quest story was the most common of the seven basic plots. I believe that it was the most common out of all the stories that. So basically, I'm gonna make a different plot in all three of these things, and then I'm going to continue to I'm gonna continue to make the plot, and I'm gonna fit it to the number of. So it's a one act play, so it's only gonna be 5 scenes, and 4 or 5 scenes. So I have to figure out a way to fit all these things into the thing, into the 4 act structure, into the 1 act structure. But the thing is that it is going to be short fiction, so I might not be able to add most of this stuff. I might have to cut off the story at an early stage, because I'm not gonna be able to have all this voyage and return, and the long quest. I might have to do a story circle, because that seems to be more applicable to short stories and long stories. But my plan was to read. Hold on a sec. Royalty-free 1 act play. So my plan was I was gonna read some of these royalty-free 1 act plays, and I was going to uh, read some of these royalty-free 1 act plays, just to see how the structure goes. So is it gonna be a complete story, or is part of the story arc gonna be cut off, is it gonna is do most one act plays have just like cliffhangers? That's what I'm saying. Do most one act plays just have cliffhangers? Um, so that is all I wanted to say. Um, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna get started with this project, and let me see if I can. I don't know if that's interesting. I don't know if. Let's see. All right, so I already have the 39. I already have the 39 of each story, the basic idea. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that, and then I'm going to uh, uh, move ahead and see what I can do about that. But other than that, thank you everyone for your help, and I'm gonna get started on these projects, and I'm gonna start writing and everything. So, uh, yeah. So thank you very much, and goodbye.